Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII on the series JG. Last time we beat up Caius Baltar. That's his name, isn't it? I think it is. And now it's not. Now we are emerging from the Temple of Chaos with, I don't know, we're full of piss and vinegar. Let's see what else is happening.
Savior,
I don't even want to talk to you.
can you hear my voice?
I'm so angry with you right now. Leave me alone, Yule.
Yule. It was you I heard. You spoke to me when I arrived in the wildlands.
Now that was a different Yule. Can't you get it straight?
Everything. I could see what you had to do here.
Had to do it.
So I
Accomplished
called out from
nothing.
within the chaos.
Nothing was accomplished by this.
All the people, past and future. I spoke to every person who would listen to me.
Every unfortunate soul who would listen to my
Right.
boring message.
The doctor and everyone else here. Bit by
The
bit,
doctor,
you managed
his
to tell a
companions,
story.
the
That
Daleks.
story turned into a legend about the Angel of Valhalla, shared by everyone here. Then I owe you my thanks. I don't think we'd have found each other if it wasn't for you telling that story.
Yeah, okay, this is fine. All of this makes sense from a, storytelling fantasy perspective, other than the fact that what we had to do here is not required to win the game. Any one of these side quests, I believe you can skip. I think you can get away with skipping. Maybe you have to do the main story quests to get to the end game, but I feel like if you do enough side quests, you can get away with skipping a main story quest. I might be wrong. Maybe you have to do all these, but forget that from a game mechanics standpoint. She's like,
I knew what you had to do here. That's why I spread the message.
yes, the message you spread, it was embedded as the legend. Following the legend led me here. Thank you, Yule. I could never have done this. All well and good, but in the last video it was all about how there's nothing that you can do here. I will remain here to guard the souls. I will shepherd the souls who cannot be born in Bunavelza's world.
Yes, I, a different Yule, wish to stay. The Yules are a contradiction, blah, blah.
All that bullshit was about how Lightning coming here and fighting Caius ultimately didn't do anything. She goes through the story and we find out how the chaos was unleashed on the world, and it's all tied to Yule and Caius, but we never, other than Lightning having some personal information she didn't possess before about the chaos, there's nothing in this where by coming here and going to this place, she has advanced her mission or helped to save the world. So you can have it one way or the other. Either you have a scene where at the end you thank the person who created the trail of breadcrumbs that helped you get to the critical point you needed to be, or you can have something where despite everything that you did in the journey, it didn't make a difference and it really wasn't. You can't have both.
I only pointed the way to your destiny. You and he have always been bound by the strands of fate.
Imagine if I had not met him, you guys would have made a happy couple.
See, he was always yours.
Oh, she's not talking about Kai. She's talking about the white Chocobo.
Your knight, your champion.
Your boyfriend.
You. It was you all along.
It was me, Austin. It was me all
A hell of a
along.
disguise. You had me fooled. Odin, my faithful friend. It's good to see you again.
Uh-huh. So Odin was her Eidolon in the first game, and I guess she rode him around as like a spaceship / magical robo-horse in the second game, but not really, only in cinematics. So we gain, obviously a lot of maximum HP. Actually, the amount of maximum HP we won there isn't that impressive, but the strength, and particularly the magic, is a lot more than we would get from side quests. Plus, we get plus 10 maximum ATB and recovery item capacity. These are not things you're going to get through side quests. So, obviously, it was worth doing from that perspective. And we have a little loot on the ground. You obtained items, Chaos's Revenge. And in fact, I'm going to miss it because it's a fun Whoppet, but Destroyer is already getting retired. Flesh Render with its plus 900, and auto regen. Auto regen's not really that impressive. But this is 750, 520, and hard hitter, which makes enemies recoil. That is not as useful as it might seem. It depends on the enemy. But if you're using this heavy-duty strength weapon, you probably want to be fighting in close and landing melee shots. So hard hitter is good, but it's not fantastic. So of the two weapons that we got, well, no, we got 3 weapons in this way, didn't we? Yeah, of the 3 weapons we've got that are all glowing purple, Fresh Render continues to be the best of those. Chaos Revenge, though, this is 750. Hold on, let's. I can't just drop and have nothing. So let's throw out. I wanted something really generic. Let's do Death Herald. So Death Herald, but we're seeing is Destroyer would give us +7. Oh, never mind. It is showing it. It's the numbers don't change, just whether it's red or blue. So it's +750 strength, +250 or 520 magic. But Chaos Revenge is +600, +600. So if you're going purely physical, this would be better. But it's got quick stagger 75%. Allows lightning to stagger enemies when the stagger wave reaches 75% of the usual requirement. That as a passive is just so much more valuable. So you could consider putting it here. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. We might give it to the magic one with Aurora. And then this one, which is all about using Heavy Strike. Maybe this is where we use Flesh Render, which gives us the best possible strength. Because typically we'll use this to stagger, and then we'll use this to just pound on a staggered enemy. Okay. Now we can go back in there, but Yule will no longer appear, so we can't get to any areas that used to require floating platforms. So basically we can just get out. And we found out that the white Chocobo, which I named Choki the Chocobo, should truly be named Odin the Chocobo.
Quah.
Choki is fully recovered. It's deeply silly that we're going quah with Choki the Chocobo, even though Choki the Chocobo is, like, we now know it's a it's a new reincarnated form of Odin the Eidolon, but we're going quah.
This village stands at the edge of the goddess's holy land.
Uh-huh.
Only the chosen one has the power to cross over to the temple of the goddess.
You're damn right I do. It's my whole deal.
Sorry, I just had this moment of trying to confirm that we're recording. Okay.
Tell me, traveler, where did you come from?
Where did you go? Where did you come from, Kadnaja?
A kind of strange power. Everyone who lives in this village worships the goddess Etro.
Yeah, that's me pretty
Here,
much.
We are closer to her sacred presence than anyone else in the world. One day we shall
We're
leave our
better than
corporeal
other people,
bodies
you know,
and be
closer to
summoned
our
the
holy
sky.
made-up gods.
Here, we wait for that day. We have not always lived here. We come from Luxarian, Yusnan, and other cities that have since been swallowed by the chaos.
Well, that's pretty much the two
But
cities
then,
that
as
still
now,
exist,
the
yeah.
Order rule the cities. They preach that the god of light, their almighty Benevelsa, should be worshipped above all other gods. We defied them, and so we were persecuted.
And for that reason, when they come here, we persecute them. It's a vicious cycle.
Some of my brothers and sisters took up arms and fought back against the Order.
That's not what the
However,
subtitles
I
say.
and others like me abhorred the violence. So we came out here, seeking a peaceful sanctuary.
As servants of the god of chaos, we couldn't abide the idea of violence. Okay. Pious disciple.
I believe. You are truly the one chosen by the White Angel.
Hakushi? Alright, well in this reality I've used up some healing items, so Suppose I'll buy some, but... I'll at least replace this, I guess just a regular old high potion has its place. But if I got rid of Refresher, which is a quest item, and I really have no way to replace it, but it's... I figured it didn't matter because I wasn't using the... this is just for the sake of you guys being able to watch the battle. That's great. Destruction will be the final mercy. Awesome.
The Angel's Master.
You're just about to knock me over the cliff, you weirdo. Ah, here's who I wanted to check on. Oh, I might have to do this dialogue again later.
I speak of the Grail of Valhalla.
I don't have any solid clues, but I did come across some strange writing that might be connected somehow.
Huh? Writing, you say?
The hell you
Did you
say?
find this writing somewhere within the temple?
Exactly. I copied some of the more interesting looking stuff. What do you think? Is there a chance that you can decode it?
No chance in here.
Of course I can. If, that is, I have the one and only copy of the legendary scriptures of the goddess XIII.
Let me get this straight. If I want to decipher these mystery glyphs,
I could move the
need a
camera angle,
legendary
like,
book, a book so
kind of
rare
rotating
that
around
only
an
one of
axis,
them
yeah.
exists.
Not all things that exist have physical form. The scriptures of which I
what?
speak are
I
inside
guess,
my mind.
yeah, okay.
Do you understand? Give me a copy of the glyphs, and I shall translate.
Do you understand the concept of knowledge in the brain, you dumb
And I
whore?
cannot guarantee I will speak the truth.
Sure.
Give me the writings you have, and I shall decipher them.
What do they say?
Borne by wings of white, the chosen one flies across heaven's path to where the sacred vessel lies.
Oh, so it's
The
dumbass
word
Chocobo
vessel
jumping
here
game.
is almost certainly a reference to the Grail of Valhalla.
Could be a reference to the
Which
Enterprise.
means I
It's
need
like a
to
starship
find the heaven's
vessel.
path, right?
Yes, it would appear so. I believe you have stumbled on a valuable clue. Borne by wings of... It appears your time.
Okay, well, I haven't actually done this quest on screen, off screen, so I should probably ignore it for right now. But healing an angel. Where chaos sleeps. Lighting is now knows the true nature of the great chaos is made up of the various substance of Yule's souls that over countless generations of birth and rebirth have become threaded together to form a fabric of chaos. Oh, is that what's happening? I don't think I entirely understood that. I guess I did. It was their teenage anxieties formed the great chaos. Hey, spoiler alert for like season 3 of Star Trek Discovery. So wind ahead by a couple of minutes, but I've been struggling with whether or not I liked that show. And then they do a storyline where they jump into the far future, and the Federation and all the galactic powers are kind of stymied because there was this huge catastrophic natural disaster called the Burn took place, where dilithium, which fuels their spaceship, like became unstable and exploded and killed billions and has rendered it so that its space travel is almost impossible. There's very limited space travel, so it's kind of a dark ages. So I was really legitimately curious about what it would turn out was the cause of the burn, and it turns out that it was a little boy who missed his mommy. So, you know, his mommy was dying, and he was really sad, and it caused all dilithium in the galaxy to explode. Anyway, Yule's existence is too dangerous, too destructive to be allowed in the new world, and this is why Caius refuses lightning salvation. He is inextricably bound to Yule. He cannot die, but he can watch over the conflicted souls of Yule and descend with them into the darkness at the end of the world. So he's watching over the souls of Yule. I thought he was watching over all the souls that weren't going to be born in Boonavels's world, but I guess it's really just him and infinite Yules hanging around in their own spooky gothic Castlevania. Alright, well, fuck you guys then. You stay here in your little Castlevania and you just mope. That's fine. Alright, so we're just gonna rest. I'm going to travel to where we had like another quest type thing pop up and see if it pops up. But in the meantime, I need to be good at killing chocobos. Or not chocobos, chocobo eaters. So... probably switch this over for Gale Strike, because I think they're weak against wind. And Area Sweep I don't really have a choice about. Yeah, I got terrible. Yeah, so like if I went back now and fought Noel and Snow, I'd be fighting their premium forms, I guess. But if I was willing to, like, the tactic I learned against Caius is just like, yeah, just like overclock with something that really fucks him up and just keep doing it and just kill him. Don't worry about it, just murder him. So I could probably do a lot better in these fights. I don't know if you fight Grendel with the help of Fang in rematch mode. I guess no, you probably fight him one-on-one. Got 0 stars against this thing. How in the world? Zero stars against Hanuman. So I'm sure I could do better at some of these fights. And some of them maybe not as well. Like I had so much trouble with the Reaver. But again, 8 points of EP and you just spam whatever that chrono boost thing is.
Bless you with good fortune.
Sure. Alright, so I want to get back to I'll just start heading back towards Canopus Farms, basically. We won't fight any Asto Proto-Florian guys, because we've wiped out that species, even though I thought that whole species was composed of man-made monsters. In fact, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to... Come on, JJ, you can do this. There we go. Okay, there's no point going over there. And now I do want to bear left. Okay. Oh, it's Chaos Land. I don't really know what there is to fight in here. Chaos doesn't usually pop up unless there are enemies to fight, but I guess in this case that's an exception. There actually were a few treasure chests that I was able to find around here by jumping around with the Chocobo, but I don't know that it's worth me seeking them out on camera. It was just me off-screening, like I said, with you know, taking my time, not doing anything exciting, and not providing commentary. I guess I should make a vague effort to find... Maybe I already got them. Cream mushroom, but I don't think that's what I was talking about. Yeah, like stuff like this. I have to be hopping around at altitude to find them. Windwalker bracelet. I think that might be another variation on the you get to steal bravery and faith and haste type of stuff. Not sure why I'm worrying about things like that. Here's Chocobo Eaters, or a Chocobo Eater rather. For some reason, they get easily distracted now.
Your soul is my plunder.
So Heavy Strike is pretty good. Oh, and the other thing is that you do get 2 EP from them, so you might as well use Overclock once when you've got them down. Oh, I got stun locked. I didn't defend in time. Because I could have basically prevented any damage from that. But it's still haste, and that's the most important single one. Oh, fuck, I died. Okay, I'm really... This is embarrassing. Basically, I died because I got sloppy and at exactly the wrong time stopped defending and got hit with the thing that gives you the stop status, which was called, I'm so angry, or should I eat them, or whatever it is. Like, right before it, I'm going to cook you, in the big fire attack, it does something that inflicts stop. And usually, like, it telegraphs it, I should have seen it coming, I messed it up. But I did, like, on my off-screen hunting of Chocobo Eaters and Earth Eaters, yeah, just for my own sanity, I had to be willing to accept losses. So why am I even fighting these guys on screen? Just to... kind of give you a little taste of what it was like to make our way towards Cannabis Farms. And, area sweep is... You need to be up close before you use it, so it's annoying in that respect. So again, just because I know I'm going to get 2 EP from it anyway, I can use Overclock. Otherwise you wouldn't really want to. You'd want to be saving it up.
Your soul is my plunder.
Trying to... Almost did it again. I was really trying to, Yeah, these guys can be frustrating. I was trying to, trying to dizzy him. He's got Protect on, which is annoying. Yeah, I've got the wrong defenses set up or something. Yeah, that's a good point. What the hell? I must have exactly the wrong defenses set up. I mean, these things are there so you can use them, but I'm supposed to have a defensive thing that I'm switching to when it's ready to deal damage. There's a little butch out there. So there's something obviously flawed about my setup here. Using Predahug, magic resistance, I think we need to go physical resistance. And then strengthens defenses when HP is at 50% or lower. I want the one that absorbs fire damage. And it's only increasing resistance to 25%, but yeah. Obviously not doing what I'm supposed to be doing as far as my ability to defend against these guys. Now the research camp is kind of surprisingly useless here. It doesn't have, I don't remember if it had a restaurant at all or an inn. It doesn't, I don't think it has an inn. It doesn't have an inn. I don't think it even has a restaurant. Okay, that was interesting. Riders resembling their steeds. He will become your steed. And you will begin to resemble him.
Prevail. What's your most valuable treasure? Your soul is my plunder.
I think I should have hit him a little bit more before I started the overclock. I had a natural hit of this attack that I could have gotten off. Artemis arrows is more useful for just inflicting raw damage, but a lot of the tougher enemies like this one have a thing where they buff themselves. Haste is really good, by the way, with Heavy Slash, because it means you get your frickin' ATB back faster. And that's the main problem with Heavy Slash, is it just absorbs your ATB so quickly. When they start going for Protect and stuff, like, part of me is like, yeah, Chef's Secret is apparently physically based, even though it looks like magic. Because you saw there, I know I had higher flame resistance, but that stuff, even through the block, was causing a lot of damage before, and suddenly it does nothing. So I just had the wrong setup. Alright guys, when we come back next time, we're just going to keep making our way towards Canifus Farm and see if we can get a certain side quest to trigger when we get there. I'm the Mysterious JG, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.